Welcome inside Chesafield for this matchup between the Ohio Bobcats and the VMI Keydets. We got to apologize for some technical difficulties we are dealing with up here on the box, but we're glad to have you in now, and we got a lot to catch you up on because it's been all Bobcats so far. 3-2-0 so far, the Bobcats lead. We'll run you down the goals so far. The Bobcats have been dominant. Isabella Janaki scored first off an assist from Shea Robertson. Then Robertson scored herself as she drives upfield again here. We'll come back to the goals in a second as the Bobcats are attacking again. Townsend lays it off over on the left side. Cross comes in. Nobody's up there for the header. Bounces around at the back post and cleared away, but not fully. Here's Prigge. Shot is blocked. Now Reipel picks up the pieces, and the foul is called. Robertson has been the focal point of the Bobcat offense so far, scoring the second goal of the game off of some lovely interplay between her and the Bobcats, and then it was the Abby Townsend driving in, playing the pass to Robertson, and then Robertson laying it off very unselfishly for Aubrey Ray to get her second goal of the season. So the Bobcats lead 3-0 with 15 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. And it's been all Bobcats so far, and that'll give me the opportunity to bring in color for today's game. Cam, what have you seen so far from today's matchup?
Just an amazing match, really connecting those passes. The back four have been defending so well. Celeste Sloma really tying up that back four as a freshman, stepping into those shoes of Sam Wexel, who's out right now with a concussion. But she has really proven herself in these past games.
Absolutely, and you know, while we were trying to figure out the technical difficulties, we were kind of doing a practice call, talking about how the game was going, and there is a lot that we should bring the viewers up to speed on. It has been a dominant match for the Bobcats so far. They have been all over the Keydets. But let's see what the lineup is right now for the Bobcats. There have been some substitutions. This wasn't the starting lineup, but right now you've got Celeste Sloma in goal. Of course, Sam Wexel still working her way back to full health. Then at the back, you've got, I think that's Callie Stock at left back. And then the Clemson transfer, Sydney Dawson. Of course, this Bobcat defense underwent a lot of turnover in the offseason. 3 of the 4 starters are now gone. Olivia Sensky starting center back for Ohio State now. So they bring in a Clemson transfer, Akron native Sydney Dawson, and she'll help to try and anchor down that center back spot for the Bobcats. And it's Ella Bianco and Kennedy Reipel at right back. And then Prigge, Janaki, and I believe Haley Miller was on the field, but she came off, and now it's Eve Barish who's on the ball now. Here's Janaki. And then up front, you've got Aubrey Ray, Shea Robertson, and Abby Townsend in the front 3.
Talking to Aaron Rodgers this past weekend, we asked him what these transfers can bring to this team. So with those 3 departures in the back line, Callie Stock has really stepped up, coming from another MAC school, NIU. She's a native of Cincinnati, came from that great school, Ursuline Academy. She's averaged about 1,700 minutes last year playing for NIU, and having that experience playing with the MAC has really flowed well on being in this team.
Yep, started every game as a freshman for the Huskies, and now she comes in to the Bobcats looking to try and win that position battle. When we talked to Coach Rodgers, of course, he mentioned that really it's so hard to replace 2 girls that were as talented as Paige Knorr at left back and Morgan Kolka at right back. What a great pass that is from Janaki. We'll come right back to that thought. Here's Abby Townsend
with the ball.
Townsend driving inside, looking
what
to
an
try
amazing
and make a move.
move.
Now she'll throw a pass inside. In the end, it's easy for Hall.
Townsend's so good at getting around those defenders.
Yeah, that's one of her strengths, is just being able to drive at defenders, make them be on their heels, and just it causes matchup headaches for every team that she goes against.
This VMI team is really trying to move that ball around, get it upfield. Constantly passing it back and forth. Possibly now about to send it upfield.
Yeah, it seems like with those last subs, as that is one back by Jadaki, and she's fouled. And this might be a card here, and it will be for
yellow card.
Morgan Anderson, who's come onto the field now. She was subbed on.
Morgan Anderson, a junior from VMI from Parker, Colorado.
That's the first player to go into the book so far today, as Bianco now stands over this free kick. Bobcats trying to extend the lead 3-0 so far. Pass is floated in. Headers won by Robertson, and Hall makes the save.
Ella Bianco had her debut last year against Miami of Ohio. VMI with the ball once again.
Yeah, the Bobcats were pressing a little bit higher earlier on in this one, but now I think now with the lead at 3-0, they're a little bit more content to sit back, as now here's VMI trying to get an attack going, and there's
Ella
a foul.
Bianco really fighting for that ball.
And we're going to have our second player in the book, as Bianco now earns her way. And this is a dangerous free kick opportunity potentially for VMI. This is the closest that we've seen them come, aside from a corner earlier on in the half. They really have not troubled Celeste Sloma at all in that Ohio goal.
Celeste Sloma getting ready. Really impressive. Just a freshman coming in such big footsteps of Sam Wexel.
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about having big shoes to fill, there aren't many bigger shoes to fill than Sam Wexel, all-conference goalkeeper last year, such a leader on this team. She will be back at some point this season for sure, as that pass is floated in, and it is wide of the net. And we've got another round of substitutions here, 4 for Ohio, or 5 for Ohio, and 3 for VMI. We'll update those. Robertson going off, Ray going off, Reipel going off, Janaki going off, and Bianco going off. So a lot of turnover here for the Bobcats as they're trying to just get some more minutes. It's Maya Kaufman in up front. Few more new bodies. Haley Jang is in the midfield.
I see Canadian native Quentin Tosteven.
Yeah, she's in there at a right center back. And then Rayan Pruss is at right back.
Carson Prigge sending the ball up again.
Lovely pass over to Pruss on the right side, just fresh off the bench. She'll cross it in. It's a great cross. Finds her way to Eve Barish. Now it's Townsend again on the recycle. Kaufman now looking to cut inside. Lovely move to get around her defender. Kaufman gets it in at the near post. Lovely finish from Maya Kaufman, her first goal for the Bobcats. The freshman gets on the score sheet, and it is turning into a romp. Bobcats 4-0 over the Keydets.
What an amazing score so far. Last year we only won 1-0 against VMI, but Coach Aaron Rodgers says they really fought back this year, and they have had some scoring chances, and they have really built that intensity to become such a stronger team.
And it has been ruthless today. 4-0 Bobcats, as this team, of course, as we've talked about it a couple times now. This team was so close last year. They were right there. They were on the doorstep of that MAC title, and they fell just short to Kent State. There is a revenge mentality about this team as they're coming up here again. Here's Kaufman trying to score again. She's in the box being defended by VMI. It's recycled out to Barish. She'll try it. A lovely cutback. Prigge's got space. She's going to line up a shot, and it goes just wide.
Like I said before, those Bobcats are really bringing the intensity this year. They are really hoping to take back that MAC championship this year. They came so close. They open up conference play to Kent, and they are so excited to play that full 90 minutes very intensively.
Yeah, that game is going to be crackling. This team, those two teams really don't like each other. After last year, after all the drama, when I tell you that game between Ohio and Kent State was one of the more dramatic soccer matches you'll ever see. And, of course, the Bobcats ended up just falling short. And Kent State will be one of the teams that they will have to compete with this year in the MAC. But Ohio, preseason favorites to land that MAC title. It will be tough. There are many other great programs. Bowling Green has had a phenomenal soccer program. They, of course, did end up winning the MAC last year. They would beat Kent State in the final.
VMI is really feeling the pressure with those goals. They just cannot connect these passes, losing it almost every time.
Anderson loses the ball there inside, and now here's Barish, the Hudson, Ohio native, lays it off, and now charging off the side. Here comes the Bobcats again. It's another opportunity, and it's another goal.
She really charged that ball and sent it far off to the side in the goal.
And it looks like, I believe that was Scout Murray getting the goal. Over on the left side, the freshman from Chicago. And that's her first goal as a Bobcat. And it is all Bobcats right now. 5-0 with 9 minutes left in the first half. This has been zero mercy.
Scout Murray from Chicago, Illinois. She loves those Chicago Cubs, and she scored 30 goals in the All-State season her junior year of high school. She's majoring in psychology or nursing.
Yeah, it is scary hours right now for the Keydets. They have got some work to do, even to just save face in this one. Forget the result, as that is pretty much all but assured, as there's still 9 minutes left in this first half. This has been, to put it frankly, a massacre. And the Bobcats have been dominant, 5-0.
Scout Murray really proves Coach Aaron Rodgers' point that they have some great impact freshman players this year.
Yeah, 2 freshmen just coming off the bench and getting goals pretty much in their first opportunities. Maya Kaufman scoring the 4th goal for the Bobcats, and then Scout Murray getting herself a goal as well. So, you know, when you talk about making the most of your opportunities off the bench for these freshmen, it's huge, builds so much confidence. And I'm sure here in this second half, as this game is now so much of a formality, I would imagine that we'll see a lot of bench players here in the second half, as Hall will collect that pass from Prigge. 9 shots on goal for the Bobcats. VMI has not been able to muster a single one. Celeste Sloma not had to use those hands so far.
VMI with the ball once again. Quentin Tostevin got that ball.
Yeah, that pass is played inside. Here looking for
Celeste
the run.
Sloma coming out of the box with that save.
Looking for the run of Boucher. And Sloma, probably the first thing she's done all half, grabs the ball. And Tostevin passes it into Jeng. Townsend still in the game for the Bobcats. Tostevin back to Sloma. And into Dawson.
Sloma really using her defenders to move that ball upfield.
Long pass is knocked away by VMI, and now Dawson on the ball. Cuts it back smartly to evade Anderson. And now Tostevin on the ball. Now it's Pruss into Jeng. And she'll play a nice pass inside. That'll be one for Townsend to chase. She'll win the race. Looking at the back post, Murray is there, and Scout Murray's gonna have an easy
Scout Murray goal once again. The freshman takes it.
And that's 2 for Scout Murray. She won't score an easier one in her collegiate career. A wide open net for her to tap it right into, and the Bobcats 6-0 lead.
Keeper Jillian Hall's really trying to pull that defense together.
I don't know how you do that, Cam. It's tough when you're down 6-0. The confidence. It's probably quite a few VMI players kind of wishing that the ground could just swallow them up right now.
Yep.
But they have another whole half to play.
VMI changing out a player on that back 4.
Yeah, it has been ruthless from the Bobcats. No mercy.
Cameron Owens sent the ball upfield for VMI.
Yeah, finds its way to Bruzinich, who does have a goal on the season for the Keydets. Now, we were talking before the game about how they are the VMI Keydets, but their mascot is a kangaroo. I don't know how that happens or who made that decision, but
it definitely was an interesting one.
it sure is. But the Bobcats have been all over him today, as now Barish couldn't quite keep that one, and VMI will pick up the pieces into Lehman, and Lehman gives it away to Prigge. Now here's Haley Jeng. Jeng played a lovely pass there to release Townsend to start that goal movement off.
Like you said before, Haley Jang is a freshman too, and she was a team captain in high school from the Dayton area of Centerville, Ohio. She was Centerville's women's soccer MVP, and she's majoring in business this fall.
Yeah, now Townsend over on the inside. Lovely move to get past her defender. She'll send the cross in, and it'll be brought away by Bruzinic. A good step for Tosteven. Tosteven going to drive up herself. Going to look to play the pass. Scout Murray on a first-half hat trick. Can't quite get there.
Scout Murray really running fast to go get those balls.
Yeah, she has come off the bench, and she's got herself 2 goals in no time. And the Bobcats are sitting pretty right now. That pass is thrown up by Hall. Headed and controlled at the back over there by Stock. You can imagine that Rogers will use this second half to maybe try some people out in new positions, maybe give some opportunities. Here comes another substitution. Abby Townsend will step out of the game, and Peyton Rigg will come in.
Got some big names this year. Sydney Dawson, the transfer from Clemson.
Here comes Kaufman again. The Bobcats looking to add to the lead. Kaufman, that pass, that touch will just run a little bit too far. She'll try to pick it up, and she'll win a corner. Good fight at the end there from Maya Kaufman. Looked like she had lost it, but instead she was able to win a corner, and the Bobcats now a chance to swing the ball in. Looks like Stock will take this one over on the far left corner.
Bobcats have had a lot of corner opportunities this game.
Yeah, their 3rd corner kick so far. Stock dribbling the ball over, getting ready to take this one. Bobcats have some tall girls in there right now. You've got Prigge, you've got Barish, who's 5'8".
Great corner kick by Stock, deflected by VMI.
Yeah, it was a good kick in, but Bruzinic got a big head to it, cleared it well away, but Barish will pick it up and lay it back to Pruss. Now Pruss will pass it off looking for Murray. Or no, excuse me, not Murray, Rigg over on the far side. Looks like Scout Murray switched now over to the right side as Peyton Rigg is over there on the left. Here is Rigg, and she's offside. 3 minutes left in the half. Ohio 6, VMI nothing. If you're just joining us, it has been all Bobcats pretty much from the opening whistle. VMI has not had a shot on target, and it has been a number of different Bobcats on the score sheet. A couple freshmen, a couple juniors, and the last 2 have been put in by Scout Murray.
Those VMI Keydets, or should I say Kangaroos, better start hopping to get a goal.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just about saving face. Now Scout Murray, lovely skill to get around their defender. She's going to take it up. Still keeping the ball. Now Scout Murray going to lay it off for Kaufman. It'll be a foot race to get there in the corner that Kaufman will just about lose out on.
Scout Murray really bringing that speed and intensity, fighting for that ball.
Yeah, the energy off the bench has been great from the Bobcats. You could tell that a lot of these girls coming off the bench just itching for opportunities.
Scout Murray wants another goal.
Yeah, first half hat trick would sure be impressive as the Bobcats continue to dominate 6-0.
Pressuring VMI.
Yeah.
Just throwing that ball up the field.
It has been relentless. Now Anderson's on it, and she will give it away to Stock over there on the left side, and now Dawson on the ball.
1 minute and
Looking
54 seconds remaining. Bobcats holding that ball. Tosteven with the ball.
Tosteven now going to lay it off, and that pass will be intercepted. Step over, looking for Anderson, can't quite find her, but the referee will bring it back for the foul that was committed by Tosteven on Bruzinic, and VMI will have a late opportunity to maybe throw a ball into the box, see what they can do.
Waiting for VMI to take this kick. We got Cameron Owens.
Yeah, Owens standing over this one. VMI just trying to get something.
Let's see if they can connect this.
Owens miskicked it slightly, and Zhang wins it nicely, and now the Bobcats could be on the counterattack, but it doesn't quite work. It's thrown back in. It might be something there, and
Amazing block by Sloma.
Good punch from Sloma to be able to get rid of that.
VMI strategy just seems to be kicking that ball upfield.
Yeah, it's when we talked to Coach Aaron Rodgers about a lot of the things that he saw commonly last year, Coach Aaron Rodgers has drilled that mentality of wanting to play the game his way, of passing the ball. You've seen it today. A lot of the goals have been beautiful flowing moves, while a lot of the teams that Ohio will play against will just kind of throw it up and see who the fastest girl they can get it to is.
VMI just kicks the ball hoping someone will be there, but that chance has not worked out for them.
Yeah, and so far it has not worked at all. Not a shot on target. Celeste Sloma with that punch as we are inside the final 10 seconds of a Bobcat-dominated first half. Scout Murray spins by her defender. She's just having fun out there, as she just has that one dispossessed, and that will do it for the first half. Orndorff with the deflection. And exhale as the Bobcats absolutely dominate that first half. 6-0 goals from all over the park. Cam, what are your first half thoughts?
I mean, those freshmen have really stepped up. Sloma, Scout, just amazing opportunities. Sloma holding that goal.
Yeah, we will be right back after this halftime break. We'll bring you all the second half action right here on Ohio Bobcat TV. Welcome back to Chesa Field in beautiful Athens, Ohio, as we are set for second half action here between the Ohio Bobcats and the VMI Keydets. Bobcats dominant so far, 6-0, and it looks like we've got a few changes coming up, so let's just real quick look at who's on the field right now for the Bobcats. It does look like we've got a new goalkeeper in. So that is something to keep an eye on. We'll get that for you in just a sec. We've also got definitely a freshman-oriented team now, of course, with the Bobcats being up by as many as they are. It would only make sense.
Bobcats are actually up 6-0 against VMI. We had a goal by Isabella Ganaki, Shea Robertson, Aubrey Ray, Maya Kaufman, and 2 by Scout Murray, the freshman.
Yeah, it was all Bobcats in the first half. Lots of beautiful goals in terms of just the quality of the soccer that was being played. As we are back underway, Maya Kaufman got us going.
Bobcats already sending that ball way upfield.
And there's Kaylin Adelman, the American transfer, just coming in this year. She scored in that win against Marshall from earlier this week. Kaufman with the cross in, and the pass just wide.
Yeah, we talked
Looked
to
like
Coach
that was Murray again.
Aaron Rodgers about the transfers, and Kaylin Adelman has brought a lot of energy and personality to this team. She's had a really good scoring goal against Marshall last week, and she's a very flexible player across the field.
And Sarah Ardus in goal now, the freshman from Mooresville, North Carolina, takes up the mantle in between the posts, as that pass is a little short. Brig couldn't quite get there.
VMI sending it back to their keeper.
Yeah, this is all a lineup of Bobcats who were not on the team last year, so this is all new faces. I believe aside from Rig. Rig was on the team last year.
In the back, we got Callie Stock, and I see Quentin Tosteven.
Yeah, here's Scout Murray once again. Crossing it in. Passes there, and it's in! But it's offside. No goal. Or is it a goal? I saw the official put his flag up. Looks like it is a goal. So when the official puts his flag up, that's usually offside. But in this case, I guess he was giving it as a goal. So the Bobcats get another goal. It's 7-0. The Bobcats put a touchdown up on the board. I guess in a tribute to how well the football team played yesterday, they decided a touchdown was the only fitting way to respond.
Our Bobcats offense holding it down like those OU Bobcats football teams did last night.
Yeah, that football team offense was special last night too. Curtis Rourke, 350 all-purpose yards, 5 total touchdowns. Bobcats win 41-38 on the football field, and the soccer team is up 7-0 right here at Chesa. It's been a very good day for Ohio athletics. The field hockey team just got off the field over there at Pruitt, and they got a 1-0 victory. So congratulations to them.
Tosteven with the ball, sending it back to our keeper.
Ardus now on it. And there is
Ellie
Ferguson,
yes.
the Irish woman.
Yeah, she's actually from Ireland, and she was a captain for Ireland's U15, U16, and U17 teams. She enjoys coaching youth soccer and watching the Premier League, and her favorite team is Manchester United.
Yeah,
this is her first time playing this season.
Yeah, she'll be happy after today. Manchester United with a 3-1 win over Arsenal in Premier League action. Arsenal's first loss of the year.
Sending that ball upfield, Haley Ferguson once again. Really running to get that ball. Bobcats applying that pressure.
That pass is scuffed a little bit by the keeper, and Rigg with a nice control skirts past the defender. Now looking for the pass inside. She's found it to Murray, and Murray just can't quite control it.
It's like that VMI defense just does not want to step up and challenge that ball.
Yeah, you're right, Cam. I think that the Bobcats are just exploiting the holes that they're finding in the defense. And right now, VMI just has no answers. And it might be a long 40 minutes here for Keydets fans. As Haley Jeng now.
Haley Jeng did some great stuff the previous half, really blending with that team as a freshman.
Yeah, here's Barish into Kaufman. Kaufman with a snapshot. And it just flies wide of the post, hitting the stanchion in the back.
Yeah.
And it'll be a goal kick for Hall.
Jillian Hall really feeling that pressure, trying to communicate with her defense, but they just look confused.
Yeah, I think even the thing with Hall, she hasn't been, I mean, you put up a 7 spot, so you can't exactly say the goalkeeper has been phenomenal. And we'll come right back to that as Rigg now cutting inside. Good tackle over on the corner.
VMI getting physical.
By Abby Dent. And it'll be thrown forward. As I was saying, you know, when you're 7-0 down as a goalkeeper, it definitely has an effect on your confidence. But really, when you look at the goals, when you go back, there's not a ton that Jillian Hall could really do about a lot of them. Just a lot of really good finishes. Of course, the one where Scout Murray tapped it into an wide empty net.
Yeah, those keepers really need their defense on the field to help them out. It's never going to work if you just don't flow together as a team. And the Bobcats really do a great job of connecting passes and just staying together as a team. They have that trust in each other.
Yeah, absolutely. You could definitely see that, and that's another pillar that Aaron Rodgers has drilled down in this team, that idea of, you know, sisterhood, of bonding together and loving each other.
Yeah,
He's brought that up many times.
All the players have integrated really well together. They can respect each other, loving each other, and pushing each other. And they are trying to figure out how to be their most competitive best. It's hard to not step on someone's toes while trying to love each other. But, you know, you have to find that team dynamic, and I think the Bobcats have done a really good job with that so far.
Absolutely. And you can tell how much you hear the cheers over there from the sideline. You can hear how everybody is encouraging from the bench. Everybody is still, you know, being loud, being vocal. Being vocal is so important on a soccer field, not just for communication, but for, you know, building the confidence in one another. And it's clear that the Bobcats have done that so far. As now VMI with a foray into Ohio territory, as Hornig over there in the corner can't really do much with it, but she will win the Keydets a throw-in, which will be taken by Lehman.
Setting up that defense for our Bobcats, really working together to integrate space.
Lehman might try and throw this one into the box. She will, and it'll be miscontrolled by Hegarty, and the Bobcats will get a goal kick. Artis will get a opportunity to boot it out. It's a little bit wet here in Athens today. We've had slight rain showers throughout the game and throughout the day today.
Freshman Celeste Sloma took the first half as she made another appearance taking over Sam Wexel's shoes, as Sam Wexel has a concussion this year. And I think that they have done really well. I mean, Sloma obviously looked bored because we haven't had many shots on goal, but she has done a really good job holding this defense together.
Peyton Rigg, all sorts of space and time over there on the left side. She'll cross it in. Powerful effort.
Bobcats making many shots on goal.
Too tall to find a Bobcat head, and it'll be a goal kick for VMI. Really nice interplay there from Haley Jeng. While you were talking about how well Celeste Sloma's played, she was getting pressed by the VMI offense, and you know, where many would lose the ball, she was able to turn around, find a good cutting pass outside, and it seems like the Bobcats have another talented midfielder on their hands. As VMI now will try to get something going forward.
Callie Stock challenging that ball.
Yeah, Rigg able to hold it off the challenge, and
Callie
now Stock
once again with the throw-in.
Stock has the throw-in.
Back to Ferguson. She connects it to Tostovan.
Yeah, now Tostovan gonna look to try and throw it forward. She can't find anybody, but now she will. Flicked on at the near post by Edelman.
Tostovan once again.
Now here's Scout Murray over there on the right side. She's been a spark plug ever since she came on, and there's another good move, and now she crosses it into the box. It gets through here. Rigg with
Chance
the
with the
control,
goal.
and
And it's
Rigg
in.
finishes it. Scout Murray with the assist, and Peyton Rigg with the finish, and the Bobcats tack on yet another goal.
That makes 8 goals for the Bobcats. Peyton Rigg, she's a junior from Oregon, Ohio. She was in all-conference for 4 years at Clay High School, and she helped lead the school to a district championship for the first time ever. She loves the USWNT and wakeboarding and camping, and one day she wants to work with kids.
Well, she has showed out today, and is now, I think, we're going to have a Goalkeeper switch for VMI. 8-0 Bobcats. It has been phenomenal. That was brilliant interplay. Once again, Scout Murray over there on the right side of the field, getting past her defender, and put a good ball into the box. It was missed by VMI. Rigg with a nice first touch in difficult conditions to bring it down, and then just pokes the finish past the goalkeeper, and it is 8-0 Bobcats.
Bobcats just laying on those VMI Keydets, not giving up any chances.
Yeah, now here's Hegarty trying to fashion something. It'll go over to the right side. Ball will be crossed in, up and over, and too far for anybody. Pieces will be picked up by the Keydets, though. Here's Danku, who does have 2 goals on the season, trying to cut through, and she'll win herself a foul. So a free kick in a dangerous area for the Keydets. And in the limited opportunities that VMI has had, they've had a couple set pieces. Now as Danku will stand over this, the 5'2" redshirt freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. And now I believe that's Coach Chris Haught-Hobson heading over there, trying to give some direction to VMI, to Danku here as to what to do on this. Couple of runners at the top of the box here. You can see
Bobcats watching those VMI players.
Amber Straponi kind of calling for it at the top of the box, saying like, hey, I'm wide open. Instead, Danku will swing it in, and it will get by the near post, and a goal kick for the Bobcats.
Let's see if they can really send that ball upfield. Handing it off to Haley Ferguson. Callie Stock tries to take it back.
Ferguson out of options. Doesn't really know what to do. Now she'll just throw it forward. And the pieces will be picked up by Dent. She'll usher it out of bounds, and it'll be a VMI throw-in. Taken by White.
Like we said before, the Bobcats were the preseason MAC favorite and #1 in the coaches poll. We have lots of transfers this year. In the last game, we won 3-1 over Marshall.
Yeah, the Bobcats absolutely looking like a team to be feared in the MAC once again. And if this result is any indication, there's a pass over the top for Murray. Really good pass there. And Murray just can't quite win the battle. It'll be back-heeled out, and it'll just be a throw-in right next to the corner flag. That was a great pass from Maya Kaufman on the turn. Murray with a tough control, couldn't quite get there.
The Bobcats really preparing to take their revenge on Kent State this year.
Absolutely, but it's not just Kent State they're after. They're after the whole MAC.
Yeah.
And the Bobcats are looking to try and send a statement with this one. As now there's Adelman winning the ball back.
Quentin Tosevan taking steps towards goal, really fighting for that ball.
Yeah, Tosevan likes to have those little driving runs. We've seen a couple of them today. Now she'll swing across into the box.
Good.
And it bounces around in the VMI penalty area. It's still bouncing around. And now it'll eventually be cleared away. Now Honig will pick up the pieces. And tough tackle there from Adelman. And Murray picks it up.
VMI really just loves to clear that ball. Not really sure where they want to put it, but they definitely tend to do that.
Yeah, they are going to have to figure out what exactly they're going to do here. When you're down 8-0, you know, the motivation does start to ebb and flow away. So, you know, it's just about building something now as Barish picks up that loose pass. Here's Kaufman in a one-on-one opportunity. Barish picks up the pieces, finds its way over to Scout Murray. She'll cross the ball into the box, headed away by Amber Straponi. Picked up by Barish once again. Barish with a lovely turn
on the
and
jersey.
Finish is wide, and it'll be a VMI goal kick, a Keydet goal kick.
Barish is another freshman. She's from Hudson, Ohio. She was Offensive Player of the Year in Greater Akron in 2021.
Yeah, also her dad played soccer at Akron, so the soccer blood runs deep in the Barish family, the Hudson, Ohio native.
Do you think her dad gave her some advice on
Oh,
how to play
absolutely.
soccer in the MAC?
Absolutely. You know, when I played soccer for all the years that I played pretty mediocre soccer, if I'm being honest, you know, my dad, who played soccer himself, gave me tons of great advice. So, you know, the parent advice is always huge, and soccer always runs in families. So I imagine a lot of these girls' dads and moms played soccer. As now here comes Rigg driving inside, getting past 2 defenders, still going is
Just
Peyton
making
Rigg.
moves around these
And
defenders.
now she lays it off Jeng.
Oh,
and
straight to the
shot
keeper.
is right at the keeper. I think Whitney Tracy is in now at goal for VMI. And the Bobcats, for probably the first time all game, let an opportunity go to waste. Punt is high and far. Adelman, one of the taller players on this Bobcat team, 6 foot in the midfield there. And having that height is a big factor, as now Jeng lays it off. Driving forward are the Bobcats. Back out to Scout Murray, who's taken up position on that right side once again. Cross comes in. It is cleared away. And the Bobcats have another throw in. They are just keeping VMI penned in once again. 8 is not enough, clearly. They want more.
See what they do with this throw in.
Looking for Kaufman, and it'll be cleared out again. A throw in a little bit farther up the field this time. It'll be Pruss over there looking to take it. Had 71 assists in 78 high school games. Very impressive. 34 goals on top of that as well. So some nice high school stats for Ryan Pruss. Pruss will swing it in now. Looking for Barish. It's going to bounce around. Sitting there for Barish, trying to find it. And it just goes up and over the net for a goal kick. The VMI defense just can't seem to sort their feet out a lot. And the Bobcats have taken advantage numerous times. Couldn't quite take advantage on that one. Is now substitution for VMI. Coming out is number 17, Hannah White. And coming in is number 23, Sydney Gray.
Keeping the team level high is just so important to this team, per Coach Aaron Rodgers, and they just want to do whatever they can to end up in the MAC championship and contend to that.
Yeah, correction. Coming in was number 33, Courtney Smith. As now Scout Murray, once again driving off the right side. She'll cut it back, just can't quite keep the ball in play. Another goal kick for VMI. But as you were saying, Cam, just that drive, that mentality is right there in this team. You can feel it from, you know, the youngest freshman all the way to the most experienced senior. There is one goal, and that is to win the MAC title. And that is a goal that is clearly attainable. This team has the talent and the pieces to get there. And we'll see what they can do, as the MAC schedule will ramp up here before you know it. And, of course, with how arduous that MAC schedule is, the Bobcats will have plenty of time to get things right. After how rigid they were last year and how close they came, they'll know that this is the year to try and get it right. Barish just can't quite lay that pass off to a Bobcat, and VMI will be able to clear their lines.
Haley Ferguson with the ball once again, sending it back to our keeper. We have wide open space to just do whatever we want with that ball, but we have pressure from VMI. She gets the ball.
VMI. Here's Honig. Ball's bouncing around. Now Barish can't quite control it. Jeng now will control it. Jeng will pass it out
Callie
to Stock on the outside. Stock to Rigg. Rigg can't quite control it. It'll be picked up by Smith and passed back to the keeper by Dent. Another correction. Keeper is actually Erin Grabeel, freshman from Gordonsville, Virginia. As the Bobcats pick it up again. Here's Scout Murray into Adelman. She's finding Scout Murray again. Murray in the penalty box, dribbling, trying to cut back, and just couldn't quite get it. You can tell she's itching for that hat-trick goal. Adelman with a nice body fake, and it finds its way out to Pruss over there on the far side. Pruss will swing the cross in. Kaufman just a little bit too tall for her, and a good claim by Grabeel.
Like we said before, Kaylin Adelman is actually a senior, and she's a transfer from American University. So we'd just love to see what she would bring to the team this season.
Yeah, one thing you know that she brings is that height. Being 6 foot, is huge. You know, that's another body that you can get in the box for corner kicks and free kicks, and that's a head that you can get on the ball. And I would imagine that she's going to be a matchup nightmare in the box. Now, Kaufman just can't quite get on the end of that pass from Pruss. But the Bobcats are just not content with 8. They are looking for more here. With 27 minutes left in the first half, or the second half, excuse me. The Bobcats lead 8-0, 13 shots on goal. VMI still without a shot on goal. You'd imagine Aaron Rodgers would much rather not score another goal in the game, but get a clean sheet, as opposed to scoring 3 or 4 more, but giving up that clean sheet. You'd imagine Rodgers is trying to get that defense some confidence and keep that clean sheet against the Keydets.
Bobcats have about 17 shots so far throughout this game.
Yep, the 17 with 13 on target. As VMI now trying to build out of the back through Dent. Press was on for Murray, so the pass is just hacked away, and Rigg will control it nicely on the chest. Can't find Kaufman up front, though, and VMI will retain possession back with the goalkeeper, Grabil. She'll boot it forward over the head of Murray and into the path of Lehman over at left back, and now it's into Martindale, who will pass it back to the center back, Davis, and back to the keeper. VMI trying to find some form of possession, which they've really struggled with all game.
Like we said before, that back four is just so important to defending for our Bobcats, but we got some sophomores and freshmen back there. Callie Stock being a transfer sophomore from NIU, Haley Ferguson being a freshman, Quinton being a sophomore, and number 12 being Ryan Pruss, a freshman.
Yeah, Pruss and Stock, as now Jeng takes a shot on. That'll be a routine save for Grabil. Another shot on goal for the Bobcats. And now here comes VMI, and once again the Bobcats just win it back every time. Murray can't quite keep it in. But the opportunity, once again, this is such now a great opportunity for, you know, these freshmen to get minutes, to get on-ball opportunities. You know, when the season does start, it's going to be less of a rotation where, you know, you'll have your set girls who are going to play and your set girls who may not get as much time. This is your chance to impress, to show that you deserve to get some big time minutes. As Rigg now looks to play in Kaufman. Kaufman cannot quite get there. It is played away by Dent.
So important. Coach Aaron Rodgers says that we just need to bring that intensity for 90 minutes straight, not letting up.
Yeah, absolutely. And so far through about, if I could do some quick math in my head, through about 65 minutes today, it has been full intensity for the Bobcats. Now here's Pruss. She'll cross it in, and nobody's there. Grabil claims.
Like you said before, as we're in that 60-minute or so mark, Coach Aaron Rodgers stated that when we played Marshall, we really brought that intensity for 60 minutes, but kind of let up, so they got one on us. But now we're just bringing that 90-minute intensity, so we are just not letting anything through.
Yeah, absolutely. With how the Bobcats have played so far this game and this season, you know, they expect to win games. They expect to compete in every single game they play, regardless of the opposition. It could be the best team in the country, or it could be a team that's not as good. They expect to compete and win in every game that they play in. So now it's about building these blocks for the season, so that, you know, in these early games where, you know, we're still in early September, and it's about building the foundation to potentially win a MAC title on in a few months' time. And of course, you've got the time to build the pieces, build the momentum, so that you're ready to go once that conference schedule hits. And this will be a goal kick for VMI. 22 minutes left. Bobcats lead 8-0, courtesy of a handful of goals from a handful of players. Back in the first half, it was Janaki who got the ball rolling for the Bobcats. And there have been a number of goal scorers. Scout Murray got 2 within 5 minutes in the first half. As here's a press from Barish. She's through on goal, and she'll slide
Amazing
it
goal.
in
Got
for
straight past that
9.
keeper.
Eve Barish gets on the score sheet with the press from the Bobcats. She gets it through the goal, and now the Bobcats' lead is 9-0. Eve Barish with a cool finish under pressure as well. Grabiel came out of her net, tried to make herself big, and Barish coolly slots it right into the bottom corner. Bobcats up 9-0, and this is a demolition derby for the Cats.
Eve Barish's dad will definitely be proud of that goal.
And that is a new single-game Ohio record for goals with 9. So we're breaking records today, and there's still 22 minutes left in this one. So the Bobcats looking to try and maybe extend it here. Maybe could hit double digits.
Bobcats are really good with that communication. I see them planning out space and just really trying to guard that ball.
Absolutely, and as I mentioned earlier, having communication on a soccer field is so huge. As Kaufman looking to try and press, and she just can't quite win the ball. But look at how
Haley Jang with the ball.
Intense the Bobcats are up the field. Even up this much, there is no drop in intensity as the Bobcats are still pressing high and still just causing VMI problems with every touch of the ball.
VMI defense just resorting to clearing that ball.
Yeah, you're right. They just kind of just kicked it out and tried to give something. As Shea Robertson's back in the game now for the Bobcats. She had a goal and a couple assists in the first half.
VMI with the throw in. We have a few subs for VMI coming on the field.
Yeah, VMI going to make a couple changes. Coming off is number 25, Amber Straponi, and number 6, Anissa Shake. And Madison Hornig re-enters the game for VMI. As look at the Bobcat press still so high up the field. Scout Murray came off for Shea Robertson.
Haley Jang with the ball again.
Jang with some nice control on the far side, just keeping the ball. And she gets the pass. Nice turn again from Adelman. And she keeps the ball again. And she plays a lovely pass out to Stock. Stock into the feet of Peyton Rigg. Rigg now going to look to cross it inside.
Flowing that
the
ball.
Pass back. Rigg, and
So
it's over. But it was offside anyway. And the Bobcats come up empty-handed on that possession. Looks like a few more subs being prepared on the far side.
If you're watching the game with us, you can just see how well the Bobcats connect those passes. VMI just struggling to do that. Waiting to take that goal kick.
Robertson wins it back and looks for Jeng. Jeng just can't quite control it, being pressured by Martindale. Now it was given away, and now here's Anderson. Anderson will lay it back. And we got another goalkeeper change, I believe, for the Bobcats. And now here comes the Bobcat switches. Jeng steps out, Pruss steps out, and Stock steps out. Reipel comes back in at left back.
Like
Haley
we
Miller
talked
comes
to
back in as well.
Coach Aaron Rodgers before, he said that we have actually a lot of freshman goalkeepers trying to step in those big shoes and see who can compete alongside Sam Wexel.
Yeah, it's Reese Dorsey in goal now for the Bobcats. Senior from Howard, Ohio. And that pass misplaced by Martindale. And now Reipel will take the throw in. It's Olivia Darrow back in over at right back. So the backs that started the game are now in the game for the Bobcats. Robertson with a nice flick to Adelman with a great pass into the feet of Rigg, but she was just a step too early offside. But the Bobcats are just having fun out there right now. Lovely interplay in the midfield.
Great comfortable weather, I would say we're having right now. The rain has really let up. We have a few sprinkling, but I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, and after dominating at Peden last night, athletes do typically support other athletes, right? You will see a lot of OU athletes at a lot of these soccer games. They live together, they talk to each other, they hang out all the time. So, Ohio quarterback Curtis Rourke is in attendance today. He's down over there on the field.
I believe Cannon Blazer.
Bowser?
Yeah, I believe
Cannon
he's sitting
Bowser.
next to him. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but I do know his name is Cannon.
Yeah, Curtis Rourke with a phenomenal performance last night. 350 yards, 5 total touchdowns, 4 in the air, 1 on the ground, and a huge win for the Ohio Bobcats football program, christening Frank Solich Field with a 41-38 victory over the Florida Atlantic Owls. And next week, the challenge for Curtis Rourke is to head to Happy Valley and play Penn State on the road. That will be a fun one, live on ABC at 12 o'clock on Saturday. So, Ohio faithful, if you're up on your Saturday morning and you just watched your college game day, or maybe your Premier League soccer on the Saturday, and you can watch your Bobcats on national television play against the Penn State Nittany Lions in Happy Valley. Should be a fun one. And we'll see if Curtis Rourke can do it against the Big Ten defense. Should be exciting, but they'll go in with a lot of confidence. And this Ohio women's soccer team has certainly built a lot of confidence today. They are up big over VMI here, 9-0. As Robertson now looks to play it back to Kaufman, and Kaufman just can't quite control it.
VMI with the throw-in, looking for those open players.
And the last time, a little fun fact here, some may remember this, some may not, but the last time Ohio visited Penn State in football was in 2012, and they came out victorious. That is the only meeting between the two schools. So Ohio 1-0 against Penn State right now, and they'll look to make it 2-0 on Saturday. Should be a very fun game to watch. The Ohio offense looked real good last night with Curtis Rourke, Cy Bangura back there at running back. They've got a lot of studs.
That offensive line just really pulling it together. We had Parker
absolutely.
Titsworth on the field, Bryce Raymer, Hagen Meservey.
Yeah, that offensive line certainly made things happen, made a lot of holes for the running backs, and gave Curtis Rourke plenty of time to deal. As the Bobcats now go to a very tough out-of-conference schedule. They play Penn State next week, and then they will head to Ames to play Iowa State, the Cyclones, and then they'll come back for Parents Weekend against Fordham in 3 weeks' time for our next game at Peden Stadium. And then MAC play will begin. It was an interesting day for the MAC. A lot of tough MAC out-of-conference games. Buffalo fell on the road. Miami fell on the road to Kentucky.
Always a good thing to see Miami falling to us.
Well, of course, we are technically neutral broadcasters, so we do not have any comment on how certain schools from Oxford, Ohio perform. But as Ohio University students, no comment. As now the Bobcats will get a corner kick. But as I was saying, Buffalo fell to Washington. Miami fell to Kentucky, ranked Kentucky, of course. That's a good Kentucky team. So no real harm in losing that game for Miami. Miami should be a very good football team in all seriousness. They are one of the favorites to win the MAC this season up there with Northern Illinois. As Ohio swings the corner kick in, it is hit away, and Darrow will pick up the pieces. She'll throw it back into the mixer. Robertson looking to get ahead on it. She can't quite corral it. Ferguson goes up, and that's going to be a tough collision there. Ferguson hits into the VMI player. Can't really tell who it is from up here. It'll be a yellow card for Ferguson.
You want to be careful with those. Concussions are not pretty.
Absolutely, yes. Now it's looks like Ferguson's all right, which is good to see, but the VMI player is still down. The player down looks like it's Caitlin Tippy, the midfielder from Riverside, California. As she's got her head up, which is good, but The trainer's out there. She's just being consoled by her teammates now. Hopefully she is all right. But yeah, it was definitely good to see college football back on the docket as Tippy walks off the field under her own power, which is great to see. Hopefully she is okay. But college football was back. Peden Stadium was rocking last night. Lots of student representation there for the blackout.
We had our very own Cedric on the field.
Yeah, Cedric Granger, of course. Some of you might be tuning in from the field hockey game, maybe now switching over to the soccer. Cedric Granger is your on-field MC for the Ohio football this season at Peden Stadium. So if you're ever in town and you're ever at Peden for a game, you'll see Cedric down on the field doing some of the gimmicks, the in-game games, so to speak, like the football toss and the promos and whatnot.
Are we still celebrating Rufus's birthday today?
Well, I guess we could celebrate, and the Ohio soccer team certainly celebrating Rufus' birthday, as that is crossed in, just missed by Rigg. Kennedy Ripel will cross it back in, and it's cleared away. Another close opportunity there for the Bobcats, as Ferguson will throw it in. But no, Rufus's birthday was certainly celebrated yesterday with the win at Peden Stadium.
Up to Ganaki.
Janaki back into the game as well, as this will be a free kick for the Bobcats, about 30 yards from goal.
Isabel Janaki's just a really powerful player. She started every game last season as a freshman. Sophomore, I believe. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, Janaki, as I've said quite a few times on the broadcast, she's a lot of what makes this Bobcat offense tick, with her passing in the midfield. As Ferguson will cross this one in. It's floated up to the back post. It's a good defensive header there, and good goalkeeping awareness there.
Kaylin Edelman really tried to use her height on that one. I could tell. She tried to go for that head ball.
Yeah, good awareness there from Grabiel, the goalkeeper, to get that ball and keep it from going out for a corner and give it to VMI. Adelman wins the header. You could just see the 6-foot height making a difference in the midfield as Miller can't quite get around the challenge of Fife. And VMI now will retain possession. 11 minutes left in this one. Bobcats have been dominant, 9-0, as Ripel knocks that one out. And the throw-in will come from Owens. She'll throw it down towards Anderson.
Kennedy and our fellow defender, Peyton Rigg, working together.
Yeah, Rigg and Ripel over there on the left side. Ferguson steps in there, and Janaki wins it back, plays it back to Bianco, who's also back into the game now. Here's Darrow. She loses it out to Boucher.
We got those older, powerful girls back on the field, like Ella Bianco and Olivia Darrow.
Yeah, probably just trying to keep the legs fresh, get them a few more minutes out there. Of course, the Bobcats are
back
still.
To Haley Ferguson.
There's a pass thrown forward towards Ripel. Ripel has the ball in the corner, and it just goes out of play. Bobcats' next game is this Thursday. They are on the road at Northern Kentucky. It'll be 7 p.m. Eastern, and then they have another interesting one where they are heading to South Bend to take on Notre Dame on Sunday, and then our next soccer broadcast will be it'll be a little less than 2 weeks from now. September 16th. We'll be right back here at 2 p.m. on that Friday as Western Carolina comes to town for the Bobcats. And then right after that game, it'll be, as we said, it comes at you fast. The MAC schedule, Kent State, that Thursday, 7 p.m. They are heading to Kent State. That'll be a fun one under the lights at Kent. So it should be a fun one there as the Bobcats look to just close this one out 9-0.
It will definitely be interesting to see us play Notre Dame, see if another Ohio team can challenge those Fighting Irish.
Yeah, of course, a couple years ago, some Ohio fans might remember the Ohio women's basketball team beating Notre Dame, but then last year it did not go nearly as well for them. They lost hard in South Bend. the women's basketball team. Definitely a year of transition for the Ohio women's basketball team. They're going to be without Cece Hooks for the first time. Of course, Mac legend, Mac all-time scoring leader, as the Bobcats have done a heck of a lot of scoring today. As Ray
with the ball
skips by the challenge, looking inside, and it is a lovely finish inside by Peyton Rigg, and the Bobcats put up double digits. It's 10-0 Cats, and the Bobcats are rolling into the week. Sunday scaries, not so much for the Bobcats, 10-0.
That was another goal by Peyton Rigg.
Yeah, lovely assist there from Aubrey Ray on the right side. Skipped by her defender and put a cross into the box. And the Bobcats, if we keep in the football references going, they add a field goal on top of the touchdown. It's 10-0 now. And VMI now probably just want these last 8 minutes and 48 seconds to just be over with. But here comes VMI trying to get something here at the end of this one. It's Boucher passing it in and cleared away by Ferguson. And now here's Aubrey Ray. Bobcats not done yet. Ray driving. She's got all sorts of space and time. Now the space closes. Now here's Haley Miller. Can't quite evade the challenge.
Let's see what those VMI Keydets can do with this ball, but Bobcats really challenged that one.
Yeah, Robertson. As you mentioned earlier, a couple of the starters are back in the game now after the freshmen did get a lot of minutes.
The freshmen really held it down, I would have to say.
Absolutely. Oh, I would totally agree with that. There was a lot of positive stuff as Ferguson now with her back to goal.
Haley Ferguson with the ball again, sending upfield.
Now here's Haley Miller with some space. Going to look to pick her pass. Now she'll try and play one. I don't think Robertson was quite on the same page there with Haley Miller. Miller, I think, was looking for the long ball. Robertson was showing for the short pass. And now VMI will try to get something going forward. Grabeel now going to
challenging that keeper.
Adelman wins the ball. Miller gives it straight back.
VMI had a connecting pass just now, trying to move that ball around back to their defense.
Yeah, Ray's up front now. She's pressing. And Dent is able to evade it just about, and now it's into Fife. Fife will pass it back to Davis. And now Adelman wins it back. There's Janaki. Janaki looking for the pass. There's a through ball into Townsend, and Townsend just couldn't quite control it. It might still fall here to Miller, and it's still bouncing around. Janaki heads it down, and Townsend will pick up the pieces. Bobcats not done pressing yet. Townsend just slips and falls, still keeping the ball are the Bobcats. Janaki now on it. Looking around for a pass. Now she'll recycle it back to Ripel. Ripel into Miller. Miller miscontrols it. Now here comes the Keydets. And Ferguson with a good step up. And now she'll drive forward. Good pass inside to Ray. Ray shoots it, scuffs it, gets it back. Ray cuts by a defender, and it is out for a goal kick.
Those girls up front have some amazing footwork. I see Isabel Ganaki really knows how to control and move that ball.
Yeah, the way that the Bobcats are interplaying right now is lovely stuff. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers will be very, very happy with the way his team has played, as that is a misplayed pass by VMI. It'll be out for a Bobcat throw-in.
Let's see who takes this throw. Back into Aubrey Ray.
And there's the pass back in. Now here's Darrow who's got it. Darrow skips by a defender, crosses it into the box. It's a high cross, palmed away.
Kick.
Here's Townsend, and it's just over the bar. Nope, it's a penalty. Handball is called, and the Bobcats have an opportunity to make it 11 here.
Penalty kick's always a great opportunity to get that point.
Looks like Abby Townsend will take responsibility here. It was a handball called. I didn't see it up here on the box.
Abby Townsend, a senior from Powell, Ohio. She's a very talented player on this team. All MAC first team in 2019. Let's see what she can do with this kick.
Townsend, to make it 11, steps up and delivers. Lovely penalty right into the corner. And the Bobcats have smashed their record for most goals in a game. It is 11-0. Bobcats lead it. Abby Townsend steps up and scores a penalty. And with 5 minutes left, it is 11-0.
VMI not hesitating to move that ball, but she trips over it. Trying to move that ball up. Keeper drills that ball.
Darrow falls over. Now here comes the Keydets. Here's the Delman. Out to Miller.
Up on the side. Back to VMI's keeper. Taking her time trying to get that ball out of the space. Definitely going to go for that punt. Goes far. Kaylin Adelman tries to challenge that ball.
And the Bobcats win a foul. Now here's Townsend, who just got on the score sheet.
Ganaki with the ball again.
Yeah, Janaki just controlling the ball once again. Bianco plays it into Robertson. That's deflected.
Once again, VMI sends it back to their keeper.
And if you're VMI, I'm not quite sure if this will be the most pleasant bus ride back, as that one is attempted to play in towards Boucher, but it goes out for a throw-in for VMI. It'll be thrown in. Anderson wasn't ready for it, and it'll just run out of play for a goal kick. 3 minutes left in this one. Ohio, if you're just tuning in, if you have missed this whole game and you're looking at the score bug and you're thinking, oh it's 1-0, they're up, that's just we mistyped. No, it is not a mistype. Ohio currently leads this game 11-0.
Back to Ella Bianco.
It has been an all-out massacre from the Bobcats. There has been no mercy shown. It was 6-0 at halftime. They've added 5 more goals.
Back to Kennedy Reipel.
Here comes Reipel, as Cam said. Now into Ray and now into Haley Miller. Miller cuts it back.
Great footwork.
Looking to line up a shot, and it's off the crossbar.
Oh.
And it almost squeaks in. That would have just about summed it up for VMI. But instead, it stays out. And they are spared a 12th. By the skin of their teeth, VMI.
Good save. Very close to that line.
Yeah, it was a good stop in the end. It was a powerful shot. It hit off the crossbar. It looked like it was about to just hit right off the back as Townsend fights hard to win that back, but it's given away.
VMI trying to use that 1 minute and 51 seconds to their advantage.
There's a long ball thrown over the top, and VMI will get there, and it is out of bounds. Closest VMI have come all day. It was Boucher at the back post. She controlled it over Darrow, but couldn't divert a shot on target. So the Bobcats will now get a goal kick. Closest VMI have come. It won't count as a shot on target. They still don't have any of those. Just the one corner kick on the day as well. VMI really have not been able to get much going in any facet of the game, as that one is given away. And Miller comes back to try and win it. And VMI now will get a foul. A minute and 4 seconds left. And another threatening free kick. They haven't really had many opportunities to get a shot on target. But this might be an opportunity. Morgan Anderson stands over this free kick. She powers it. And
amazing
it's a save.
save.
A lovely save over the back.
Way to dive for that ball. Reese Dorsey.
Yeah, Dorsey getting the job done and preserving the clean sheet for the Bobcats. And with a minute left in the second half, VMI finally records their first shot on target. It's been that kind of day for the Keydets. Throw it down the sideline. And now here's
Bobcats have the ball again. Let's see what they can do.
trying to sneak it in. It's by the goalkeeper.
Oh,
it's
so
just
close.
Across the face, tantalizingly. Townsend now deflected. Adelman was so close. And with 10 seconds left, not a crazy rush to take this corner kick. That might just do it here from Chesapeake. What a statement win for the Bobcats. 11-0. That is a record for most goals scored in a game. And the Ohio Bobcats find a way to get a huge victory in their home opener. 11-0. Ohio wins over VMI.
Way to keep that Ohio athletic spirit going.
Yeah, after an impressive weekend for Ohio athletics as a whole. Football wins, field hockey wins, and now Ohio soccer wins, all at home, all in front of big crowds. So a nice sports weekend in Athens comes to a close. Any last thoughts on this one, Cam? What did you like what you saw today?
I mean, it was a great game. We had some amazing work done by freshmen and great leaders as well, the older girls. I mean, amazing fan turnout. Just great to see people supporting Ohio this weekend.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. Let's just go through the scoring real quick. Isabella Janaki got things started off a Shea Robertson assist. Then Robertson got on the score sheet off a Townsend assist. Aubrey Ray scored off of a Shea Robertson assist. Maya Kaufman and then Scout Murray both scored unassisted, and then Scout Murray got in on the action again with another goal 3 minutes later with an Abby Townsend assist. Then Eve Barish scored off of a Scout Murray assist. Peyton Riggs scored off of a Scout Murray assist. Eve Barish scored again off of an unassisted goal. Peyton Riggs scored again off of an Aubrey Ray assist, and then Abby Townsend's penalty finished it off in the 80th minute. There were 3 yellow cards. Morgan Anderson for VMI, and then for Ohio, Ella Bianco and Ellie Ferguson both were carded. So a historic victory for the Bobcats. That'll wrap it up here from Chesapeake. For Cam Appel, I'm Ethan Sargent. It's been a pleasure. We'll have plenty more Ohio Bobcat soccer action. Tune in next time we broadcast. It'll be Friday, September 16th against Western Carolina. We'll see you then from Chesapeake.